Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone together. Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
नाम संकीर्तन की
जय.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So we continuing this morning with a bhajan. So as many of you would know, last week, just a few days ago, we observed the most glorious appearance of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his position is very special. He's a pioneer of the Krishna consciousness movement. So he'll be doing one of his bhajans. One of his main contributions is that he wrote many poems and bhajans in glorification of Lord Chaitanya and expressing his surrender, his mood. So Mayapur Prabhu will lead us in this bhajan called Kabhi Habe Bolo. So the translation goes as follows. When, oh when will that day be mine? When will you give me your blessings, erase all my offenses, and give my heart a taste, ruchi, for chanting the holy name in purity? When will I taste the essence of the holy name, feeling myself to be lower than the grass, my heart filled with tolerance? When will I give respect to all others and be free from the desire for respect from them? When will I cry out that I have no longer any desire for wealth and followers, poetry and beautiful women, all of which are meant just for bodily pleasure? O Gaura Hari, give me causeless devotional service to your lotus feet, board after board. When will my body be covered with goosebumps and my voice broken with emotion as I pronounce Krishna's name? When will my body change color and my eyes flow with endless tears as I chant? When will I give up all thought of the world and society to run like a madman along the banks of the Ganges in Navadvip, singing and dancing and sincerely calling out the names of Gaura and Nityananda? When will Lord Nityananda Prabhu be merciful to me and deliver me from the enchantment of the sense objects? When will he give me the shade of his lotus feet and the right to enter the marketplace, Namhata, of the holy name? When will I buy, borrow, or steal the ecstasies of the holy name? When will I lose myself in the intoxication of the holy name? When will I immerse myself in the nectar of the holy name after grasping the feet of a saint who constantly relishes the flavors of devotion? When will I feel compassion for all living beings? When will I forget my own pleasure in genuine humility? And when will I, Bhaktivinoda, meekly go from door to door preaching your message of love? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. So the chorus for this bhajan is very simple. It's the very first line on the projector screen in front of you. Kabhi habe bolo, se dina amar. So it simply means, when will that day be mine? So, everybody think they know how to pronounce the words? You're doing the chorus with me, yeah? Let's do it together. Kabe, habe, bolo, se dina, aman. Kabe, habe, bolo, se dina, aman. Kabe, habe, bolo, se dina, aman.
Kabe habe bolo se dinama. Kabe habe bolo se dinama.
Kabe habe bolo se dinama. Kabe habe bolo se dinama. Kabe habe bolo se dinama. Kabe habe bolo
se dinama.
Aparada goche Shudan में रुच कृपा बले हवे हृदय संचार Shudan में रुच
कृपा भाले हवे हृदय संचार
अपराधा गुच सुदान में रुच कृपा बले हवे हृदय संचार
अपराध गोची शुरहान में रुचि कृपा वाले हवे हृदय संचार
कबे हवे बोलो से दिनामा कबे हवे बोलो से दिनामा काहिना कबे निजे मने सहिष्णुता गुनार दोए ते आनी सकले मानदा अपने आमने सकले मानदा अपने आमने होए आशादी बो नामरा सा
होए आशादी बो नामरा सा
कबे हवे बोलो से दिनामा कबे हवे बोलो से दिनामा
कबे हवे बोलो से दिनामा कबे हवे बोलो से दिनामा
धन जनारा कविता सुंदरी बोली बोना चाहिए हो सुखा करी
दाना जनारा
कविता सुंदरी बोली बोना चाहिए
देखो का करी
जन जन दाओ ओ हे गोरा हरे
जन दाओ ओ गोरा रे
जन जन दाओ हे गोरा हरे
जन
श्री कृष्ण नाम उच्चारण पुलकिता देहो गद्गद वाचन
করিতে শ্রী কৃষ্ণ নাম উচ্চারণ পুলকিতা দেহ গদ্গদ বচন
वैबल्य बेपतु हवे संगातना
ভাইবর্ণ বেপাতু হবে সংগাত
निरंतरा नेत्रे भावे अश्रुधा
নিরন্তর নেত্রে ভাবে অশ্রুধ
कवे हवे बोलो से दिनाम कवे हवे बोलो से दिनाम
হবে হবে বলো তেরে নাম কবে হবে বলো তেরে নাম
कवे नवाद्वीपे सुरधुनि तत् गौर नित्यानंद बोली निष्कापते
কবে নবরূপে সুরাধুনি ততে গৌরা নিত্যানন্দ বলি নিষ্কাপতে
नाचिया गाया मेरा बोचुते
নাচিয়া গাইয়া বেড়াই বছুতে
नाचिया गाया मेरा बोचुते
নাচিয়া গাইয়া বেড়াই বছুতে
बातुलेरा प्रया चरिया विचार
মাতুলেরা প্রায় চারাই
कबे हवे बोलो से नाम कबे हवे बोलो से नाम
হবে হবে বলো সেরে নাম কবে হবে বলো সেরে নাম
कबे नित्यानंद मोरे कुरी दया चरवे मोरा विषय रामया
হবে নিত্যম মোরে করি
दया चरवे मोरा
বিষয় রামায়া
दिया मोरे निजा चरण राचया
দিয়া মোরে নিজা চারণেরা ছয়া
नाम रहत ते दिवे अधिकार
নামেরা হাতিতে দিবে আরে কা
कबे हवे बोलो से दिनाम कबे हवे बोलो से दिनाम
হবে হবে বলো তেরে নাম কবে হবে বলো তেরে নাম
किनी बोलो देवो हरि नाम रस नाम रसे मति है बो विभाषा
কিনি বলো দিব হরে নাম রস নাম রসে মতে হইব বিভাষা
रासेर रासिका चरण रासेर रासिका चरण पारसा
রসেরা রসিকা চরণ পারসা
कोरिया मोजिबो रासे अनिभा
করিয়া জীব রসে আনিভা
हवे हवे बोलो से दिनाम हवे हवे बोलो से दिनाम
হবে হবে তেরে নাম কবে হবে বলো তেরে নাম
कबे जीवे दया होइबे उधया निज सुका भोली सुदिना रे दया
কাবে জীবে দয়া হইবে ও ধয়া নিজ সুখ বলে Sodhinaridoya
Bhakti Vinoda Koriya Vinoya
Bhakti Vinoda Koriya Vinoya
Bhakti Vinoda Koriya Vinoya
Bhakti Vinoda Koriya Vinoya
Shriya Gyatahana Koribe Prachar
Viyagyatahala Koribe Prachar
Shriya Gyatahana Koribe Prachar
Viyagyatahala Koribe Prachar
Habe habe bolo se dinama Habe habe bolo se dinama
Have have bolo Teri nama Have have bolo Teri nama
Habe habe bolo se dinama Habe habe bolo se dinama
Have have bolo Teri nama Have have bolo Teri nama
अपरदा गुचि सुधान में रुचि कृपा बले हवे हृदय संगा
Aparagochi Kyodhana Meruche Kripa Vale Have Ridhoe Sancha
अपरदा गुचि सुधान में रुचि कृपा बले हवे हृदय संगा
Aparagochi Kyodhana Meruche Kripa Vale Have Ridhoe Sancha
हवे हवे बोलो से दीनामा हवे हवे बोलो से दीनामा
Kave Have Bolo Teri nama Kave Have Bolo Teri nama
दया भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद
Jaya Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhakti Vinod
जया वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur
कबे हबे बोलो से दीनामा कबे हबे बोलो से दीनामा everybody together कबे हबे बोलो से दीनामा कबे हबे बोलो से दीनामा
Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you here once again for Srila Prabhupada's Sunday Love Feast here at the Hare Krishna Study Center. We just, this morning, like to catch up a little on the auspicious celebrations that auspicious days, celebrations that would have occurred during the last week. We had Ekadasi, we had half-day fasting for Lord Vaman Dev appearance, and then we had a little offering to Lord Vaman Dev, and then we had Tuesday, that was Tuesday, and then Wednesday we had the glorious appearance of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We just got a little teaser of the power of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in one aspect, that in the Vaishnava songbook, and outside of this Vaishnava songs of the Vaishnava Acharya songbook, you will find many songs by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and also you will find many books by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. How powerful was Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and how important was his contribution, or still is his contribution, is yet to be realized or to be known. And it lies within each and every one of us. How much we will, at any point in time in our lives, take advantage or take shelter of the teachings of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, for example. Many, many books, many writings. He was like the one among millions that would have stood out in the British Raj. While the British was ruling India, how many years British rule India for? 200 plus years. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the early 19th century, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur would have been seen like a saint, or as a saint, even by the British governor and rulers who were there in India. 89 years. You gotta go back to his Google is now working properly. Couple hundred years. 89 years wasn't enough for them to take away all that they did. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was known throughout among the villagers, among local Babas, Pandits, among Indian hierarchies and rulers. For example, in the state of Orissa, where Jagannath Temple is, he would have been appointed by the king of Orissa for some time to be in charge of the Jagannath Temple. And if it is said that even if his work wasn't sufficient, he prayed for a son to assist him. And who was that particular son that assisted him? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And who is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur?
The Lion Guru.
Lion Guru, yeah. Spiritual master of His Divine Grace is Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So that's, how powerful a lineage it is. That Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by his time, which would have means like within 150, 200 almost, 150 years, around 150 years ago, when he was, let's say, in his peak, of his life, by that time it is said that one big thing that would have happened, it would have means 350 years after the departure of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 3 to 350 years. So after 300 years, after Lord Chaitanya departed, many things happen. Many things happen. And sometimes we duck our head when we hear about history, think that is not for us. And sometimes we cannot even conceive it. But even within the last 2 weeks, if you look at the news, right, within the last month, but more so within the last 2 weeks. So within the last month, you would have seen an earthquake that wiped out villages or towns and cities. And within this last 2 weeks, you would have seen flood, rain, and water again wash away village or villages. And then a couple of months ago, you saw in the U.S. people, wildfire, wipe out villages again or areas. Wasn't true? Huh? How are you looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about? So even in our physical presence, we see villages wipe out, we see towns wipe out, we see areas washed away and all that. And we haven't talked about war as yet. But then if you talk about war, like in Ukraine, you see, people take away people's land, right? Whole area, and turn it into who knows what. So when you say the Muslim invaded India and break down the mandir, the temples, and build mosques and all those things, it might be something far-fetched for us. But right here you can see this happening. You see Putin go and plant his flag there. And, had a common flash election and said that, this is the ruler or the king or the governor for this area. And it switched overnight, it changed. So the state of Bengal and India and even Vrindavan, all these places are subjected, because they are in the material world, are subject to climatical changes or whatever changes may take place. So after 300 years of Mahaprabhu's departure, many things took place. Ganga overflow, villages wiped out, Mayapur, Navadvip area, Krishnanagar areas, just on the bank of the Ganga. And in those areas, even these days, it is said when Ganga overflow, you can get up to 10, 12 feet of water. Up to 10, 12 feet water you can get. That is like 2 times my height. And most of the houses, those of us who go to Bengal, you will see most of the houses are flat, mud house, thatch roof house, and those things. So which means water was enough to go 3, 4, 5, 6 feet above their roof. So then what would have happened? Entire area, people would have wiped out. Their house and everything would have washed away and would have died. And then they had to start back again. Means all their scriptures, everything that they had was washed away. So by the time of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you could have hardly known where was the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hardly any scriptures remain describing the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya, and the Sankirtana movement. Therefore, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is called as the 7th Goswami in the line of Krishna consciousness, and he is the pioneer of the Krishna consciousness movement. He is the pioneer of the Krishna consciousness movement, means after Mahaprabhu, although Mahaprabhu came and propagate and travel by feet all over India and establish the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The root, the base was Bengal, because Mahaprabhu appeared in Bengal. There were all the Bengalis devotees there, which is called East and West Bengal and all that. It was all Bengal. There were no Bangladesh and Calcutta over, which is West Bengal. There was nothing like East and West Bengal. There was no Pakistan and all these things. There was Bharat Varsh. There was one India. So the whole of Bengal, was the root of the Sankirtana movement. That is where Lord Chaitanya appeared. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we can imagine, or we cannot probably imagine, the amount of work he did to accumulate the scriptures again, one after another, even the Chaitanya Charitamrita and other books. And then he himself started to write non-stop. How many books? You can probably check how many books Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur produced throughout his life. He was a magistrate. He had 12 children. Paka Grihasta. Paka time manager. Right? If you want to hear about managing your time, look at Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur example. How he performed his family duty, his professional duty, his devotional practice, his writing, and his service to society even till now. His contribution is way, way, way down in Kali Yuga, will still serve people in general. So that is a little glimpse of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Maybe you can look up online and get a little bit more or a lot more information on Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Very interestingly, how he survived and how he made such amazing, amazing contribution during the times of the British ruling India. And they love him actually. They used to come and consult with him. So to honor Lord Vamandev, generally we do the Das Avataram. Lord Vamandev is one of the 10 incarnations of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. As we know, there are 10 major incarnations. It's called Das Avatara. Das means 10. So Das Avatara, 10 incarnation or major incarnations. They are unlimited, umpteen incarnations and names of the Lord, but these 10 are called the Das Avatara. And therefore, Srila Jayadeva Goswami put together from his Gita Govinda. There's one book that he put together called Gita Govinda. I have many of these songs and stotra. So he put together the Sri Dasavatara Stotra. So I'd like to ask Sai Kirtan to lead us in singing the Das Avatara Stotra. At the end of each part of the bhajan, we will all get the opportunity to chorus together. Keshavadrita Nina Sarira Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Or Keshavadrita Kurma Sarira Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Keshavadrita Sukara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Keshavadrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hari. So like that. All the last line we'll get the opportunity to chorus in glorifying and offer our obeisances to the 10 major incarnations of the Lord.
We'll read the translation first. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a fish, all glories to you. You easily acted as a boat in the form of a giant fish to give protection to the Vedas, which had become immersed in the turbulent sea of devastation. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a tortoise, all glories to you. In this incarnation, as a divine tortoise, the great Mandara mountain rests upon your gigantic back as a pivot for churning the ocean of milk. From holding up the huge mountain, a large scar-like depression is put in your back, which has become most glorious. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a boar, all glories to you. The earth, which had become merged in the Garbhodaka ocean at the bottom of the universe, sits fixed upon the tip of your tusk like a spot upon the moon. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of half man, half lion, all glories to you. Just as one can easily crush a wasp between one's fingernails, in the same way the body of the wasp-like demon Hiranyakashipu has been ripped apart by the wonderful pointed nails on your beautiful lotus hands. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, all glories to you. O wonderful dwarf, by your massive steps you deceive King Bali, and by the Ganges water that has emanated from the nails of your lotus feet, you deliver all living beings within this world. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Bhrigupati Parshurama, all glories to you. At Kurukshetra, you bathe the earth in rivers of blood from the bodies of the demoniac Kshatriyas that you have slain. The sins of the world are washed away by you, and because of you, people are relieved from the blazing fire of material existence. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Ramachandra, all glories to you. In the battle of Lanka, you destroy the 10-headed demon Ravana and distribute his heads as a delightful offering to the presiding deities of the 10 directions, headed by Indra. This action was long desired by all of them, who were much harassed by this monster. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Balaram, the wielder of the plough, all glories to you. On your brilliant white body, you wear garments the color of a fresh blue rain cloud. These garments are colored like the beautiful dark hue of the river Yamuna, who feels great fear due to the striking of your plough. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Buddha, all glories to you. O Buddha of compassionate heart, you decry the slaughtering of poor animals performed according to the rules of the Vedic sacrifice. O Lord of the universe, O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Kalki, all glories to you. You appear like a comet and carry a terrifying sword for bringing about the annihilation of the wicked barbarian men at the end of Kali Yuga. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed these 10 different forms of incarnation, all glories to you. O readers, please hear this hymn of poet Jayadev, which is most excellent, an awarder of happiness, a bestower of auspiciousness, and it is the best thing in this dark world. Shri Vamana Deva ki. Pralaya payodi jale dhritavana vedam Vihitavahitra charitram akhedam Keshavadeta mina sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Bolo, bolo. Mina Sharira Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Kshitiriha Vipula Tare तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरणी धारण किन चक्रगरिष्ठे केशवधृता कूर्मा शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता कूर्मा शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वसति दर्शन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनि कलंक कलेव निमग्ना केशवधृता शुकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता शुकर रूपा ओ तव कर कमलवरे नखमाद्भुत शृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपूतनो भृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे चलयसि विक्रमणे बलिमाद्भुत वामन पदनकनिरजनित जनपावन केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय
जगदीश हरे
केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
ओ क्षत्रिय रुधिरमये जगरपगत पापम् स्नपयसि पयसि शमित भवतापम् केशवधृता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवधृता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
वितरसि दिक्षुरणे दिक्पते कमनीयम् दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयम् केशवधृता रामशरीरा
श्री रामचंद्र की
हरे जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश
केशवदेता राम शरीरा जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
वह शिव पुष्य विश्वदेवसनं जलदावं हलहति भीतिमिलित यमुनावम्
श्री बलराम की
केशवधृता हलधर रूपा जय
हलधर रूपा।
जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवदेता हलधर रूपा
जय
जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
निन्दस्य यज्ञविदेरः श्रुतिजातं सदय हृदय दर्शितपशुघातम् केशवधृता बुधशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवदेता उदशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
म्लेच्छनि वाहनि धने कलयसि करबालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम् केशवधृता कल्किशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवदेता कल्किशरीरा हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
श्री जयदेव कवेरिदमुदितमुदारं श्रीनुसुकदं शुभदं भवसारं केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवदेता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
चलयसि विक्रमणे बलमारुत वामना पदनकनिरजनिका जन पावना केशवधृता वामनरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवदेता वामनरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय वामन देव वामन देव वामन देव जय वामन देव
वामन देव जय वामन देव वामन देव जय वामन
जय वामन देव जय वामन देव वामन देव जय वामन देव जय राधेश
Keshavadita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Shri Vamana Dev ki. So Vamana, Vamana Dev. Vamana means like, what is called? Dwarf. You know, like you have the huge banana tree and you have the dwarf banana tree. So dwarf means like 2 feet. Small boy. He appeared in the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj. Who knows who was Bali? Bali Maharaj. Not Bali in Ramayana, but Bali Maharaj is a descendant of Prahlad Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj came in the lineage, in the line of Hiranyakashipu. Great-great-grandfather Hiranyakashipu. Grandfather Prahlad Maharaj. And who was his father? Anybody remember who was his father? Virochana. Virochana was the son of Prahlad. So Bali came in that line. But due to bad association, so be careful with your association, who we associate with. And you also have to protect me, who I associate with, should interest each and every one of you. Who and what I associate with, so you should protect me, that I always associate with the right people, with the right frame of mind, proper thinking, proper mentality, good individuals, so that you can preserve me to be good also. So who and what we associate with might turn me from good to bad, or from good to bad also. Sorry, from bad to good also. So with association can make us, make our whole life. And association can break us also. All depends on who and what we choose to associate with. So somehow or the other, Bali Maharaj associated with the descendant, the followers of who? Shukracharya. And he took the side of the demons. And he went against the Devatas. And he was, of course, very powerful. So he took away everything from the Devatas. He was the ruler of the 3 worlds. He was in charge of the heavenly planet, earthly planet, hellish planet, all over. He owns everything. Everything belongs to him in the meantime. Under illusory, everything belongs to him. Take it like that. Because nowadays we see leaders in the world, and even small leaders like us, are claiming that this patch of land belongs to me. You know that? We are claiming that this is mine. This belongs to me. So who is the real owner of all these land? Of all these countries, of all these villages, of the entire world? The only undisputed owner is material nature, or Krishna, the Supreme God, the Supreme Lord. Even Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, this Devata, that Devatas, they also will come and go. So they cannot claim, Indra cannot claim that this heavenly planet is mine, it belongs to me. No, he cannot claim that. How long it will belong to him? Maybe so many kalpas, so many millions of earthly years, so many hundreds of celestial years. And it's easy to see how time, when we describe the the idea and the relativity of time in this universe, sometimes we cannot conceive. Even I myself cannot fathom and think. How is it that when you read Bhagavad Gita, read Srimad Bhagavat Puran Ramayan, you hear that 6 months here is one day in the heavenly planet. And one night in the heavenly planet is another 6 months here. So 124 hours in the heavenly planet, 124 hours means 1 day. 1 day, 124 hours in the heavenly planet means one entire earthly year. And what happened recently that would have brought this to our attention? Anybody would have studied, would have followed the Chandrayaan-3 that went to the moon? Huh? The Indian guys are shaking their head, yes. I don't know if an Indian shake their head is like this if it means no, or like this if it means yes. I don't know. So what happened with Chandrayaan? Chandrayaan-3, they had to put Chandrayaan-3 to rest, right? To preserve the electrical whatever there. Because one night, and wherever they land, wherever Chandrayaan land, one night there means 2 weeks here. One day there means 2 weeks here also. But one night would have been 2 weeks here. So they had to put him on a sleeping mood. And now to revive Chandrayaan, you see what is happening in the world. But that is the different point. But the main point is that time difference. That is what we are talking about. Time difference. So from here to wherever they land, if it is moon or wherever they land, it is that amount of difference in terms of calculation. That one night there means 2 weeks here. So while they were waiting for that night to finish, 2 weeks elapsed here. And as they were trying to revive him, it didn't happen. So similarly, in the time of the Devatas, in calculation of time, this is how it goes. So Bali Maharaj, he was ruling the entire universe. He took over everything, put the Devatas away. You know, you find yourself somewhere else. He put Indra away and everybody, and he took over. So, but he was famous about, he was very proud and very famous about his performing of sacrifice and giving in charity. Dani means give. He was convinced about giving. So, one day, Lord Vamandev, as he appeared as a dwarf Brahmana, he went to the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj. So, I'd like to ask Hari Kirtan to read on the story of Lord Vamandev. The Katha of Lord Vamandev is here in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It covers a few chapters. So we like to ask Hari Kirtan to read the summary of chapter 18 and chapter 19. The summary of those two chapters. Huh? Summary of chapter 18 and summary of chapter 19.
Chapter 18. Lord Vamanadev, the dwarf incarnation. This chapter describes how Lord Vamanadev appeared and how he went to the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Bali, who received him well and fulfilled his desire by offering him benedictions. Lord Vamanadev appeared in this world from the womb of Aditi, completely equipped with conch shell, disc, club, and lotus. His bodily hue was blackish, and he was dressed in yellow garments. Lord Vishnu appeared at an auspicious moment on Shravana Dwadashi, when the Abhijit star had risen. At that time, in all three worlds, including the higher planetary systems, outer space, and this earth, all the devatas, the cows, the brahmanas, and even the seasons were happy because of God's appearance. Therefore, this auspicious day is called Vijaya. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has a Satchit Ananda body, appeared as the son of Kashyapa and Aditi, both of his parents were very astonished. After his appearance, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf, Vamana. All the great sages expressed their jubilation, and with Kashyapa Muni before them, they performed the birthday ceremony of Lord Vamana. At the time of Lord Vamanadev's sacred thread ceremony, he was honored by the sun god Brihaspati, the goddess presiding over planet Earth, the deity of the heavenly planets, his mother, Lord Brahma, Kuvera, the 7 rishis, and others. Lord Vamanadev then visited the sacrificial arena on the northern side of the Narmada River at the field known as Bhrigu Kacha, where Brahmanas of the Bhrigu dynasty were performing yagyas. Wearing a belt made of munja straw, an upper garment of deerskin, and a sacred thread, and carrying in his hands a danda, an umbrella, and a water pot, kamandalu, Lord Vamanadev appeared in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Bali. Because of his transcendently effulgent presence, all the priests were diminished in their prowess, and thus they all stood from their seats and offered prayers to Lord Vamanadev. Even Lord Shiva accepts upon his head the Ganges water generated from the toe of Lord Vamanadev. Therefore, after washing the Lord's lotus feet, Bali Maharaj immediately accepted the water from the Lord's feet on his head and felt that he and his predecessors had certainly been glorified. Then, Bali Maharaj inquired of Lord Vamanadev's welfare and requested the Lord to ask from him money, jewels, or anything he might desire.
So that was the last few verses of chapter 18, where after receiving the Lord, Bali Maharaj requests the Lord, ask for whatever you want. He said that, he said to the Lord that he owns everything within the 3 worlds. If you want island, you want whatever, you ask. So chapter 19, summary, listen carefully.
Chapter 19. Lord Vamanadev begs charity from Bali Maharaj. This 19th chapter describes how Lord Vamanadev asked for 3 paces of land in charity, how Bali Maharaj agreed to his proposal, and how Shukracharya forbade Bali Maharaj to fulfill Lord Vamanadev's request. When Bali Maharaj, thinking Vamanadev to be the son of a Brahmana, told him to ask for anything he liked, Lord Vamana praised Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha for their heroic activities. And after thus praising the family in which Bali Maharaj had been born, he begged the king for 3 paces of land. Bali Maharaj agreed to give this land in charity, since this was very insignificant. But Shukracharya could understand that Vamanadev was Vishnu, the friend of the Devatas. But Shukracharya, who could understand that Vamanadev was Vishnu, the friend of the Devatas, forbade Bali Maharaj to give this land. Shukracharya advised Bali Maharaj to withdraw his promise. He explained that in subduing others, in joking, in responding to danger, in acting for the welfare of others, and so on, one could refuse to fulfill one's promise, and there would be no fault. By this philosophy, Shukracharya tried to dissuade Bali Maharaj from giving the land to Lord Vamanadev.
It's a very wonderful katha. Appeared in this 19th chapter. After Bali Maharaj before he grant those 3 spaces of land, 3 steps of land, he almost chastised Lord Vamandev. He said that, you know, you don't have sufficient intelligence. This is just a brief summary I'm giving. He said that you are not such intelligent, you're young, you don't have sufficient. He said, Bali Maharaj said, beg, ask for enough, that for the rest of this lifetime and your descendant, they will not have to beg again. That anyone who comes to me to beg, they do not need to beg again. That's how proud was, you know, Bali Maharaj. He was so proud. So Lord Vamandev respond to Bali Maharaj. You can read Har Kirtan. You can read these few texts from chapter 19, from text, can read from text 18.
Shri Baliruvacha Aho Brahmanadayadya Aho Brahmanadayada Vachaste Vriddha Samtama Tam Balo Balisha Mate Swartam Pratyabudo Yata.
Listen to those words carefully, huh? Very key words.
Bali Maharaj said, O son of a Brahmana, your instructions are as good as those of learned and elderly persons. Nonetheless, you're a boy, and your intelligence is insufficient. Thus, you're not very prudent in regard to your self-interest.
So he's referring to the instructions on how Lord Vamandev would have glorified his entire dynasty, include Prahlad Maharaj, and even his two great-great-grandfather, who were the biggest, or the king of the demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Next, text 19.
Mam vachobi smaradya lokanam ekamishwaram paratrayam vriniteyo buddhiman dvipadashusham. I am able to give you an entire island because I am the proprietor of the three divisions of the universe. You have come to take something from me and have pleased me by your sweet words, but you're asking for only 3 paces of land. Therefore, you're not very intelligent.
Can you read it, Prabhupada? Srila Prabhupada, short Prabhupada.
According to Vedic understanding, the entire universe is regarded as an ocean of space. In that ocean, there are innumerable planets, and each planet is called a dvipa, or island, which when approached by Lord Vamanadev, Bali Maharaj was actually in possession of all the dvipas, or islands in space. Bali Maharaj was very pleased to see the features of Vamanadev and was ready to give him as much land as he could ask. But because Lord Vamanadev only asked for 3 paces of land, Bali Maharaj considered him not very intelligent.
Text 20. Just a translation.
O small boy, one who approaches me to beg something should not have to ask anything more anywhere. Therefore, if you wish, you may ask from me as much land as will suffice to maintain you according to your needs.
So listen to Lord Vamandev respond in a few short texts. Lord Vamandev, you can do the Sanskrit for this one and then the translation for the others.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yavanto Vishaya Preshthas Trilokyam Ajitendriyam Nashaknuvanti te sarve pratipuryat yitum nripa. The personality of Godhead said, O my dear king, even the entirety of whatever there may be within the 3 worlds, to satisfy one's senses cannot satisfy a person whose senses are uncontrolled.
So that is his first response to the king. That was his first response. Read that again.
The personality of Godhead said, O my dear king, even the entirety of whatever there may be within the 3 worlds to satisfy one's senses cannot satisfy a person whose senses are uncontrolled.
And we would have heard many times that the sovereignty of the three worlds cannot satisfy or fulfill one man's greed, what to speak of anything else. It have enough to satisfy everyone's needs. This is it. This is the code. The world have enough to satisfy everyone's needs, but it does not have enough to satisfy one individual or one person's greed. The sovereignty of the three worlds, you may say. And in this purport, Srila Prabhupada went at length to explain the process of sense gratification and how far person goes, how far we go to gratify our senses. And Prabhupada quote so many examples, so many explanations. He quote a verse here from the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 5, text 4. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activity. He does not know that due to his past misdeeds, he had already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his misery. Although the living entity should not have taken a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it is not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification by which he perpetually gets material body one after another. Material bodies one after another. So this is a verse from 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Rishabhadev teaching to his sons. So any intelligent person knows, I have gotten it wrong previously.
Varshas. Even if I possessed one island, I would hope to get others.
Next.
We have heard that all
You can in Srimad Bhagavatam, in this katha person, there were no
happiness is the ultimate goal of life. One must be sai prahlad. Sarvatra labhyate daivad yata dukkam ayatnata. My dear friends, born of demoniac families, the happiness perceived with reference to the sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life, according to one's past fruitive activities. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain distress. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6, Text 3. This philosophy is perfect in regard to obtaining happiness. Real happiness is described in Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 6, Text 21. Sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grahyam atindriyam veti yatra nachayvayam stitas chalati tattvata. In the spiritually joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness.
boundless transcendental happiness.
And enjoys himself through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth. One has to perceive happiness by the super senses. The super senses are not the senses of the material elements. Every one of us is a spiritual being, aham brahmasi. And every one of us is an individual person. Our senses are now covered by material elements, and because of ignorance, we consider material senses that cover us to be our real senses. The real senses, however, are within the material covering. Dehi nosmin yatha dehe. Within the covering of the material elements are the spiritual senses. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam. When the spiritual senses are uncovered by these when the spiritual senses are uncovered, by these senses we can be happy. Satisfaction of the spiritual senses is thus described: Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. When the senses are engaged in devotional service to Rishikesha, then the senses are completely satisfied. Without this superior knowledge of sense gratification, one may try to satisfy his material senses, but happiness will never be possible. One may increase his ambition for sense gratification and even achieve what he desires for gratification of his senses, but because this is on the material platform, he will never achieve satisfaction and contentment. According to Brahminical culture, one should be content with whatever he obtains without special endeavor and should cultivate spiritual consciousness. Then he will be happy. The purpose of the Krishna consciousness movement is to spread this understanding. People who do not have scientific spiritual knowledge mistakenly think that the members of the Krishna consciousness movement are escapists trying to avoid material activities. In fact, however, we are engaged in real activities for obtaining the ultimate happiness of life. If one is not trained to satisfy the spiritual senses and continues in material sense gratification, he will never obtain happiness that is eternal and blissful. Srimad Bhagavatam therefore recommends Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhed yasmag brahma saukyam tvanantam. One must practice austerity so that his existential position will be purified and he will achieve unlimited blissful life.
Shri Vamandev ki, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki. So that's how powerful when we speak of Srimad Bhagavatam. And like we were saying, Bhadra Purnima, and you had special offer to receive a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sense gratification will really satisfy you. Will getting away from us. So one step towards the Lord, like just one step, and the Lord will make how many? 10 steps towards us. So if we make 10 steps towards the Lord makes 100 steps towards us. So the Lord is more merciful than any one of us can even imagine. He gives more to the living entity, more than what the living entity can offer to him. In fact, what do we offer to him in any case? What can we offer to Krishna? Prabhupada gave the example, the people go to the bank of Ganga, go in and take a dip in Ganges. So they bathe in Ganges, and then they take water from Ganga and offer back to Ganga. Does it make sense? How can you offer what belongs? You take from Ganga and you offer what belongs back to Ganga. But what comes in, what the Lord's reciprocate with, is with the love and devotion, the mentality, the consciousness that we offer. Just like Krishna say, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. Offer me with love and devotion. Bhakti. Bhakti, love and devotion. A fruit, a flower, some water, a leaf, tulasi leaf. With love and devotion, I will accept it. Now, where that fruits and water and leaf and flower coming from? It's all Krishna's, all belongs to God. Nothing doesn't belong to us. So it's not like I am taking something, some money that in my pocket, or some fruits or some grains or from flowers or whatever it is. Like we go to somebody's yard and we say, Mataji and Prabhu, or Prabhu, please, for some flowers from your yard to offer, to the deities. He said, who is you? You know how he grow there? Sometimes people shout on us. This is to beautify my yard. Bear in mind the words. My yard. Okay, Mataji, Prabhu, thank you very much. Bye bye, Jai Jai. No issue. So sometimes you go to someone, please give a donation. No, I work hard for this. I can't give it. This is my sense gratification. No one else. So then, Bhagavad Gita. You tell someone, Prabhu Mataji, please, Prabhu, please come to the temple. You offer obeisances. You know, dandavat, like a rod, right? On the ground. You know, like a rod on the ground? You know, rod on the ground, right? Rod on the ground. Like straight on the ground. So dandavat, offer obeisances, like a rod on the ground. Who, me? No, I will never bow down to anyone. I'll keep my head high up and I will push out my chest. I would not bow down to anyone. So for such person, what happened? For such person, what happened? The Lord comes in the form of death. And then you will have you'll be like a rod on the ground by force. But when you offer that obeisances, you will never get her back. You'll never get her back. So become puffed up, become proud, unnecessarily become proud. And this world can be smashed in a moment. If you look at the history of the world, there was someone who was voted in. Famous example, someone who was elected, voted in to become the president. And in his speech, before he was what is the ceremony? Sworn in. The evening before he sworn in, before the swearing-in ceremony, supposed to be tomorrow, this evening, in his presentation to his people, he said that now I am elected or voting as the president for this country. No one can remove me. Not even God cannot remove me. He was never sworn in. He was never sworn in. That same night he was gone, dead. He was gone. It was finished. So it is a real-time example. So Bali Maharaj, I own everything. You take how much you want. So Lord Vamandev, in two steps, in his first step, he covered the entire universe. His second step pierced the covering of the universe, Ganga flow. And my dear Bali, you give 3 spaces of land. You only have enough to put 2 of my step. Now where do I put my other step? Bali Maharaj come in the line of Prahlad Maharaj. Don't think he's an ordinary demon. He wasn't just a demon. He is glorified highly in Vedic scripture. How high he is glorified? You study the scriptures and you will see. He is one of the 12 Mahajans. So he knew. Mahajan means know the conclusion of Vedic scripture. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and so many Narada and so many 12 Mahajans are there. So he said, my dear Lord, took off his crown. And that, my dear Lord, this is all that I possess. Put your lotus feet on top of my head. Just imagine the Supreme Lord lotus feet on Bali's head. Any other question? Anyone else? Anything else? So I was telling the boys the other day, take away this clock from the temple room. Remove the clock. And it's good these days no one hardly walk with watch in their hand. Because as soon as it starts to get 12, everybody is looking at the clock. Everybody is looking. No, we come to hear kata. We just give this few moments to hear. Devotion service begins with hearing. It didn't begin with artik. It didn't begin with chanting and kirtan. It didn't begin with taking prasadam. It didn't begin with making friends, sakyam and what was the one? Dasyam and sakyam. Lord Hanuman didn't just become a servant of Lord Ram just like that. He had to practice sadhana. And sadhana begins with? What sadhana begins with? Huh? Shravanam. And what is Shravanam? Hearing. If we do not hear properly, none of us, if you go to school and you do not hear A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, how you would have known to become anything? You would ever know to read or write or calculate? Nothing. The science of devotional service is just like that. Unless you hear, unless we hear, we must hear. Unless we hear, we cannot engage in devotional service. It will all be hallucinated in our mind, all speculation, all concoction, all doubts, and everything will be there. Many unanswered questions will be there. And we can live our many lifetimes like that. So when we come to devotional service, if you're serious about deliverance, to obtain love of God, Krishna Prema, love for the Supreme Lord, you have to hear about the Lord. This hearing process connect to the mind. When you start to hear properly, mind becomes bathed, mind becomes purified. You bathe the mind. Then, my dear brother, sister, mind becomes pacified. Start to calm down from all its unwanted anarthas, desires, and start to now desire to engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Now I can chant properly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now I can worship the Lord properly. Now I can offer that obeisances and I can make those offerings and do that artik with proper frame of mind. And then gradually I can start to become servant of the Lord and become friend of the Lord. And then finally, Atmani Vedana. And that I will finally offer the Lord one's very self. Atma, I will offer. Atmani Vedana. This Atma will surrender unto the Lord as my everything, as my shelter, as my guide, as my protector to Krishna. Prabhupada said, fully surrender. So together, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hare Hare Krishna. So we can all stand for the beautiful artik ceremony to the Lordship, Shri Shri Paramakana Nitai Gaura Chandra. And we can all, thank you very much. You can all come forward closer so that their Lordship can have full darshan of us, so that they can grant us their full benedictions. Hare Krishna.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashachari Shatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Gaura Nityananda. Jaya Paramakaruna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Paramakaruna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Jaya Parama Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra. Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Nitai Gaura Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Nitai Gaura Chandra Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhata Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha
Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Ram Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Shri Paramakarna Nitai Gaura Chandra Ki Jai Shri Paramakarna Nitai Gaura Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Purukacharya Astota Star Sri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Purukacharya Astota Star Sri Srimad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Anant Koti Vaishnavindi Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinatha Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Mathur Ram Ki Jai Mayapur Navadvip Dham Jagannath Puri Dham Gangamaya Manamai Ki Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Chanda Ki Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to the sum of devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Haribo. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shri Shri Paramakana Nitai Gaura Chandra Ki. Srila Prabhupada Ki. So who will deny that their Lordship, not the most beautiful personalities that you can get darshan or see in the entire creation? And even if you look at Lord Nrsingadev, the picture to our right, way right, if you look at Lord Nrsingadev slaying the king of the demon, and you look at the flowers are blocking his lotus feet right now, but even if you look carefully at the nails of his hands, and you look at, although he was in the one of the most fierce form of Lord Nrsimhadev, they describe it on 3 levels, is when he came out, when Krishna came out of the pillar in the form of half man, half lion, in the assembly hall of Hiranyakashipu, or when he was performing this pastime, or just after finish performing the first surgery, intestinal surgery you may say, that was the most, it's called Ugra Nrsinga, most fear form. When the demons hear the name Ugra, they run in fear. And if anyone ever get an opportunity to go and visit the 7 temples in the islands, somewhere in South India, Hyderabad area, ancient temples of Lord Nrsimhadev are there. The hill where Lord Nrsimhadev performed this pastime is there. Then what to speak of Panchatattva, Lord Chaitanya and the 5 associates. You look at Tulsi Devi and the altar, and you look at the entire presentation of the altar this morning is magnificent. My only complaint is that every Sunday morning they put so much into the whole altar, putting on bathing, dressing, put on new outfits to their Lordship, and we only get darshan for half an hour. The curtain open for Artik, and then it closes. And that's it for the entire day of Sunday, other than Mangal Artik in the morning. So we will beg the pujaris, you finish dress the deities early, so that as soon as Guru Puja finish in the morning, while we are doing kirtan and lecture and all kind of thing, we can all get darshan of their Lordship, at least 2 to 2.5 hours. At least 2 hours we can be in their presence. So we want to thank the pujaris, thank the cooks, the garland makers, and all those who would have put on the show here this morning, the kirtan wallahs. Everyone put your hands together. Srila Prabhupada Ki. May the Lordship, Sri Sri Paramakana Nitai Gaur Chandra, bless you immensely with good health, good strength, good eyesight, and whatever you need. Good strength to play the mridanga, as you see Mayapur Prabhu was doing, and good skills in playing the harmonium and doing the kirtan, and with Krishna Prem in your heart, so that you can transform our lives, our hearts, whomever will come and hear you. Similarly, the cooks, that when you cook with Krishna Prema, love of God within your heart. So when we taste, when you offer that to Krishna, Krishna immediately reciprocate. So when we receive that, we are receiving Krishna Prema in the form of prasadam, love of God in the form of prasadam. So again, we want to thank you all very much to being here with us this beautiful Sunday morning, Sunday midday for a Sunday Love Feast here. It is getting hotter and hotter, as you can see. This morning we put water in the air cooler. I will beg of Sanjay and Sachi Sutta and Hari Kirtan and them. Next Sunday morning you bring up 2 more air cooler and you put ice inside. Along with the water you drop a few pieces of ice, so they will send out cooler air, so we can get Kirtan in a cooler atmosphere. At least when you come and enter in the temple room, so you can encourage everyone. And I was saying that by the causeless blessings and unknown good fortune that would fall on this temple time and time again, we have enough chairs by the good fortune and kind donation of our friends from the Damar Bank, that you don't need to fetch up and fetch down chairs on